systems full power! You made it all too easy! You practically gave them to me!
I'll take their whole city with me.
I am Dr. Robotnik, the greatest scientific genius in the world! I've got big plans, and now I'm gonna put them to work!
Dr. Ivo Eggman Robotnik, evil genius extraordinaire and the main antagonist of the Sonic the Hedgehog series. And Sputnik, the Earth's very first artificial satellite, launched by the Soviet Union in October of 1957 as part of a space race. At first, the two seemingly don't have any connection, except for that nick at the end of both of their names. And so I wondered, as I often do these two have any sort of connection? Hello, my name is Luminescent, or Luma for short, and welcome back to my observatory, where today we're descending into yet another Sonic-related rabbit hole, this time with a Cold War flavoring. It was 1991, and two things were happening that would change the world forever. The Soviet Union was collapsing. Eventually they would split into 15 individual countries, including Russia. And Sonic the Hedgehog was coming to America for localization. For languages like Japanese, certain nuances and sayings may get lost in translation, so it's up to the localizers to fill in the gaps and make approximations. At least that's what they do now. In the 90s, this process was a little more like translating and making up stuff, because back in Japan, everyone's favorite evil doctor was just called Dr. Eggman. Meanwhile, in America, they gave him the name Ivo Robotnik to make him sound more menacing. It's notable, though, that Robotnik was chosen for its Slavic roots, related to work in industry. Okay, we're getting a little sidetracked here. What's up with that shared ending, N-I-K, Nick? Well, when researching for this video, I found it's a suffix in Russian, meaning to denote a person or thing involved in or associated with the thing or quality specified. So in the case of Robotnik, he's a person involved with robots. Duh. As for Sputnik, altogether it means co-wayfarer. So Sputnik maybe doesn't really have so much to do with Robotnik, at least etymology-wise. Despite that though, Eggman still has quite a few connections to the Cold War era, and we don't need to go far either. In just the next year, Sonic 2 would release and feature the Death Egg, a giant spherical space station filled to the brim with dangerous Eggman tech, like the Death Egg robot, Silver Sonic Mark I, and who knows what else. But, looking at it like this, doesn't it look kinda familiar? Yeah, your eyes don't deceive you. That's the Death Star. And it isn't just Robotnik stealing from other IPs. I mean, look at Sonic over here. So that means we finally connected Dr. Robotnik and the Cold War through the Death Star? Well, not exactly. You see, the Death Star isn't based on Sputnik, even though they do share some design elements. The Death Star and its legally distinct cousin, the Death Egg, are actually based on the Telstar, the first active communications satellite, which was launched by the US in July of 1962. Obviously, though, the Death Star isn't... well, it's not a communications satellite, it's pretty much the opposite. It's a death machine in space, which is the exact concern Americans were facing when Sputnik was launched into space. Maybe not because of Sputnik itself, but because of what it could mean for the future of warfare. It represented the possibility of weapons able to wipe out entire cities being shot from space.
Remember that big gun in the sky? That was crazy, right?
Didn't it blow up the White House?
That was so funny.
Are we saying next to the White House?
And here it is, staring us in the face, the very thing people might have feared could happen in the near future. A space vessel designed specifically to kill, whether it be the Death Star or the Death Egg. In any case, it's always incredibly fascinating to learn how history might have influenced even trivial things like video games. It adds a whole other subtext to what happens on screen, enriching an already pretty entertaining game to new heights and allowing nutcases like myself to draw interesting connections between them. It's all just a part of the awesome process of making and engaging with art. And as always, thanks for watching. This is Luminescent, signing off. Stay awesome.